2024 Platinum Racing Products GTR Festival in Texas. I am so excited to be here. We've got our R34 Fast and Furious project finished just off of the SEMA tour and out here in Texas now to display for everyone to check out in the vendors area. Today we're gonna get to see a lot of roll racing. We're even tomorrow gonna see drag racing, drifting, and we're gonna meet up with some of our friends from around the industry, maybe even go along for some ride-alongs. So I'm excited to get today kicked off. It's gonna be an amazing weekend, so stay tuned.
It is that time of the year. Throttle's official Black Friday through Cyber Monday sales are live right now. I wanted to take a quick minute and show you guys all the new stuff we have on the site right now. So we have an all new line of holiday sweatshirts. We've got E92 M3, we've got Supra, we've got this one I'm wearing, and we also have two others. We'll flash those up on the screen real quick. And we have a ton of new STI gear as well. So if you're looking for those entries to take home our beautiful Hawkeye STI in a check for 20 grand, head on over to the site and grab something. Now, two other very special things. We have brand new Mark IV Supra skateboard decks. Those are dropping on Black Friday itself. Be sure to grab one of those quickly because those are going to sell out. And then last but not least, the Lean Customs Throttle official license pins. These are live right now on the site. There's not that many left. So head on over to throtl.com or check out the link in the video description. Get those entries in to win our STI. Grab some cool new gear. Thank you guys and enjoy the rest of the video.
What I want to say is there are a ton of amazing vendors out here this weekend. We've got Haltech, Platinum Racing Products, Artec, the boys from TRC are out here. Tons of influencers and YouTube channels that you guys may have already know about are out here hanging out. We also have the guys at Gretty. They brought the S-Rock out, as well as Sakamoto-san's SEMA project, the R33 Carbon R behind me here. We got Charles from CW Collective, V-Spec here as well, and Midnight Purple 2. There are cars galore here. GTRs everywhere as far as the eye can see. Hawkos, 32s, 33s, 34s, 35s. There's even some Super Mark IVs here, and I even saw Herman from Demonology here already with his Hellcat. So there's gonna be some good drag racing going on this weekend. There's also gonna be a lot of smack talk, which I'm looking forward to. So, all right, well, I'm here with Dancing Dan Rue from Instagram, and I'm finally, after meeting him in Australia earlier this year, look at the moves. I got no moves like that. I got the white boy moves. So anyway, he's told me all about this car. I saw it at SEMA for the first time, but the hood was down. Tell us about this thing because I can tell it's an animal, but I'm not a VR guy, so I don't really know what I'm looking at here.
So this is a 4.1 stroker motor built by the shop Nissan. Boost Logic intake manifold, the 12 injector setup, 2400 cc's on top, 1700 on the bottom. Boost Logic twin turbo kit. It's on Motec, Shep, Stage 5, whatever, plus whatever, 6 transmission, to hold it.
This is like a gutted race car, right?
Here's the one thing, you guys cannot judge me, and I lost a friend recently, so we're gonna put a roll cage in the car. There's no roll cage in the car.
All right, well, so that's okay, you get there. I was expecting this thing to be gutted.
Yeah, I know, it's a full interior car, except this right here.
Nice carbon bucket. Yeah, oh man, this looks like a street car, dude.
It is a street car. This is where I keep my car cover.
This is about as subtle as you can make a 35, I think, and make a heap of horsepower. I think what we're gonna have to do is get our 34 ready to do a race against you next year. I don't know if we're making enough jam, but it'd be fun to do a fun little grudge match out on the track here at GTR Festival. Serious bit of kit for sure.
Houston, you know, the guys in Houston. You guys are in Texas, y'all need something. They got you, trust me.
I got my boy Lee Bird. He's behind me here. You guys might recognize him, but he helped us out with our GT conversion. And this is one of his cars, actually a GT 34. It's making about 950 all-wheel drive horsepower, and he's allowing our boy Hurt to drive it down the track. So we're gonna see if Hurt can harness all this power. I think Dan's giving him some words of wisdom.
Yeah, get some motivation.
Measly 900 horsepower.
Don't hurt yourself.
You never heard that one before, have you? Never. All right, well, as you guys know, our R34 Too Fast, Too Furious tribute car is here on display in the Platinum Racing Products booth at GTR Festival. But there are many other cars here, and that excites me. You guys know I love my Skyline, so this is the happiest place on earth for me at the moment. We've got a lot of really cool cars. We got some other tribute cars here as well. We got Mona Lisa from Tokyo Drift. We also have a clone of Big Bird here, which is pretty cool. Seeing all these movie tributes and clones on display. This one is actually pretty movie accurate as far as I know. And I see the Wings West sticker on the back. We've got a Motor X sticker down here. Little known fact was Big Bird was actually owned by Sean Morris from Top Rank when he used to work at Motor X. So really, really neat to see this one here. That's not the only cool thing on display here. We've got R-Tech here with all of their new products, their new turbo housings, just a slew of new products that they've brought to the market. Really cool stuff. And they've got their 4G63 program here, which is really cool. They're doing K20 parts. This is a Sidewinder manifold for the front wheel drive K20 setups. The big thing for the event is the new 2JZ turbo setup that they've brought out with twin turbos. And I love this engine. This is actually one of PRP's display engines, but I love this color combo that they do. One of the cool things about Platinum Racing products is they aren't afraid of color. They don't just do boring black on everything. They throw color at all their engine setups, and it turns out looking pretty nice. At any rate, you guys get the point. Platinum Racing products, R-Tech, they're making a lot of new products for the marketplace that didn't exist. Some of these engines are getting pretty old, and people have stopped developing parts, but not these guys. This is Adam LZ's R32. Pretty nice, tidy setup as well. I know this car makes some pretty decent horsepower, like 600 wheel or something. It's nighttime here on day one of GTR Festival, and we're about to get into the Great 8 of roll racing. This has been epic all day. I've never been at a track during a roll race event, and man, it is interesting to see these cars coming close to 200 miles an hour, some of them over 200 miles an hour by the quarter-mile mark. That was fast. That was a BMW versus a 32 GTR. These cars are fast. They hit 100 and that was the slowest one we've seen at 142 mile an hour, so that's pretty cool. It's exciting to be down here right at track level. To see these cars going by at full speed is insane. Day two, baby. We're at the track. We gotta get this car started up and pulled out and set in its location for the day. Cars are rolling in, so we're gonna get started, and we'll walk you guys around a little bit here shortly. Wow, this thing's an animal. It's actually really hard to drive, even with a 2-speed power glide, but man, it feels like it's gonna go. Got what looks like an R33 GTR under the cover here. I have no idea what it is, so I'm going to be just as surprised as you guys.
Alright guys, first I just want to say a big thank you for joining us here at the very first PRP GTR Festival USA. I got a bunch of phone calls from a guy named Jose in Florida. He said to me, I got something pretty special that I want to unveil. And when someone tells an Australian GTR owner, I got something pretty special, you're like, are you sure about that? And I got to send a couple little sneak peek photos, and then the guys from PowerTune, Ryan is here, they actually help with the wiring electronics on this car. And I got a little sneak peek and I'm like, wow, if you're going to unveil something at this event, this is the car. Sakamoto's here, he's here. He's going to help get the covers off. So what do you reckon, ladies and gentlemen? Sakamoto's going to jump on one side. Mr. Tamura, is he here somewhere? He was here before. Let's get the covers off on our first unveil in the USA. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Check that out. Paddle shifted sequential transmission. edition garage active wide body, genuine carbon fiber wheels. That is awesome, man. This thing is absolutely spectacular.
Basically what it is, a garage active wide body car with fully built RB20, I think it's RB28 actually, dry sump setup, big turbo, 1500 horsepower, street car, all the goodies, carbon fiber everywhere, wheels are carbon fiber, center caps carbon fiber. This thing is nuts. Interior is fully done, caged, paint works beautiful, carbon works beautiful. They did a hell of a job. I've come across a familiar face, and that's Calvin Molly. He's been to our shop. I've been following his story online about his R32 that may have had a little bit of rust when you got it.
Just a little bit. Yeah, rust was to a minimal, as I was told, but clearly that wasn't the case.
This is all stuff that was basically removed from your chassis, right?
Yeah, this is just a small little collection of what we got going on here, just to get an idea
Of how bad it was.
Yeah, it gives you a good sense of how rough it really was. They love the use of all their household materials. We got someone's glove left over here, and
Is that really a glove?
we got
wow.
you see.
My favorite piece was this one.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, it's got some flex to it. That way, the chassis stays rigid. This was my
This
actually
was basically used to fill all this area.
Yeah, this is just the inner wheel arch. So this is part of the quarter panel. You can see the bottom pocket area, and it's just, I like the craftsmanship, but I don't know if they really were doing the right thing here. But
they did not do the right thing, and we can see that here on the table. Let's see what you did to fix it all, because that's pretty impressive.
I don't even know where to begin. It's full front to back. I mean, we're starting at the radiator support was complete turnout, and most of you guys know these things like to get jacked up on, so we try to straighten it up as best we can and get it all back together. And we're moving all the way back through the frame rails. All these pieces of the floor have been removed. Frame rails have been removed, epoxied, rebuilt. Rocker panels, brand new quarter panels, the roof skin, the rear tail light panel. I mean, the list goes on and on. Pockets everywhere have been rebuilt, and everything done by hand, because unfortunately Nissan just doesn't allow us to buy anything anymore. So
yeah, well, some of the stuff's still available, but a lot of it is not, right?
And
like this stuff. Right. I know on a 34 you can still buy all this stuff, but 32 not so much.
Yeah, they're really making it tough. So just trying to be out there to provide these parts to the people, and like I said, just keep these things on the road, man, because they deserve to be kept, man. It's a special car, So
I agree. I see you've gone through and already seam sealed all the major seams, and
yep, we're in the works. That was kind of my last. Still haven't finished everything up, but you kind of get a sense of an idea of where I'm going, the direction of the build, and just wanted to pick up where Nissan kind of slacked a little bit, where they just didn't seal things up, and that's why we have these issues with all these rust problems. So
you killed it. It looks fantastic. It looks as good or better than new.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. That's
good job.
Love.
I can't wait to see you guys get this thing put back together, all the pieces, parts put back on it, and a final coat of paint, so you can finally enjoy your hero car.
We're looking forward to it, man. Thanks a lot.
And when you get it done, you got to truck it out to San Diego.
Oh, guaranteed. Let's do it.
This is the Built by Legends area. Sebastian's R32. This is actually BBL car number 1, and then this is him and his wife's cars, 34s. He's just got off the SEMA tour, and as I think I mentioned previous in this video, this front bumper is awesome. BBL guys go through and remove and replace every nut and bolt, full interiors, even their own composite front bumpers. This is a collaboration between Garage Yoshida and Minds, orchestrated by the boys over at BBL. Really beautiful recreations of the 34. Basically makes it like a new car. So I just completed a walk through the vendor area, which was pretty cool. I smelled something that I'm very used to, and that's tire smoke. So I had to find my way over to the drift area. Pretty cool little space they have out here in Texas. It's like a cool little coned off course. Plenty of space to have some fun, smoke some tires. Probably one of the rarest cars of all GTR Festival, and it's sitting out here in the car show area. But if you guys don't know what this is actually a super rare all-tech version R32 Skyline. So this basically came with an RB26, but it came NA, and if I'm right, it should be automatic. Yep, so it's an automatic car as well. They came automatic from Nissan. This was sort of the first Skyline all-tech ever made. It is missing some of the all-tech parts. Normally there's a logo here on the front front bumper, that would be present. But man, this is a cool car, and honestly, it's one of my favorites here on site, even though it's not the fanciest. Here we have Andrew Hannison's N1 400R replica, which I showed you guys when we were over in Australia. This is built off of a 1 of 55 N1 R33 chassis. What makes this special is these cars were produced for the Nissan race teams in Japan and Australia. They don't have a rear wiper. That's the first way you can tell it's an authentic N1. So no rear wiper here on the glass. And in the front, you would find an oil cooler that hides back here inside the grille, which I think Andrew has added on this replica 400R because he used all of the accurate 400R parts, like the seats. And there's all kinds of specific parts on the 400R that made it a 400R, which was like having basically like a Shelby Mustang. So they made these at the factory, and this is Andrew's authentic one. This is a different Andrew who owns this car. This happens to be a $1.7 million car. This is number 29 of the ones that were made in Japan. This one has all the real components on it as well. This one has the original wheels, should have the oil cooler in here as well. Now I know Andrew has played with this car a bit. He's put air suspension on it and a few other really cool aftermarket bits to make it his own, but he drives this car, and that's pretty freaking impressive for a $1.7 million very limited production car. So happy to see both of these cars in the same place at the same time. Andrew Hannison did a fantastic job building this replica out, and I love the fact that Andrew happens to be back there right now. Time to go racing, baby! He's actually drag racing this car on the track this weekend, so we're gonna head out and see him make a pass. Drag racing strip is about to go nuts. So we got Andrew's 400R going on track, got Adam LZ heading out on track in his 4-door rear-wheel drive, and we have a new contender here in this R32 silver GTR. This guy is hoping to push into the 8s today, potentially take the American record with this Canadian-based R32 Skyline. So sick to see the American GTR community pushing so hard to build fast drag racing GTRs and catch up to our friends in Australia. All right, this is a special one. We've got Andrew in his 400R is about to make a pass down the drag strip in his $1.7 million R400R that he's completely modded. So it's a pretty interesting project, and it's neat to see him actually getting out and using the car for what it was meant to be used for. This will be his first pass down the drag strip ever, so this should be pretty interesting. All right, well, that's going to be a wrap on GTR Festival by PRP out here at Texas Motorsports Park. We had an absolute blast over the last 3 days checking out what the United States has to offer for GTRs and Skylines in general. The boys over at Moto Video put on an absolutely epic event. I'm pretty sure it was sold out this time around, and next year it's going to be even bigger with so many people that I've talked to that felt silly for missing out on this one. So definitely look into getting some tickets for next year. All the information should go up pretty soon as far as the announcement goes. But man, what an awesome time. We had a blast, but it's time for us to check out. So definitely leave us a comment down below. If you guys like this event, we want to hear about it. Hit that subscription button, and we'll see you guys in the next video.